Welcome to Agilemania. We have often come across several students who need clarification on this concept. This video is a small attempt to have better clarity on the topic definition of done. As stated in Scrum guides, the definition of done is: when a product backlog item or an increment is described as done, one must understand what done means. Although this may vary significantly for every Scrum team, members must have a shared understanding of what it means for work to be completed, and to ensure transparency. This is the definition of done for the Scrum team, and it is used to assess when work is complete on the product increment. In short, definition of done is a shared understanding within the Scrum team on making your product increment releasable. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that everything in this universe that is meant for delivery will have definition of done. Specifically, when we talk about product development, considering the system or software or solution, the definition of done consists of three main components: business or functional requirements, quality, and non-functional requirements. We will discuss each component separately to have a better understanding. First, business or functional requirements. This is the standard business requirement that is assumed to carry value in the product as functionality, and this can also be written in the form of user stories, and it carries acceptance criteria as well. Meeting acceptance criteria is the most important part of the definition of done. Secondly, we have quality. Quality is largely aligned with the coding language, rapid application development, technical tools to build the product. The development team owns quality to ensure that the product is of the maximum quality. These quality standards can be subjective and also data-driven. Meeting code quality requirements, system integration tests, and code reviews are some of the basic requirements as part of the definition of done. Lastly, non-functional requirements. These are the standard characteristics or attributes of the product that might not add direct business value, but without which your product can't move. These quality assurance attributes of the product can be considered under the quality component too. Non-functional requirements usually take their place in acceptance criteria or the product backlog as product backlog item. These are also the key to product success and part of the definition of done. If your team has to produce any documents such as design documents, release notes, or user manual, then better to add them to the definition of done. Before we end this video, we would like to address the most frequently asked questions on the definition of done. First, the most asked question is: do we need everything as a part of definition of done? The answer is that it depends on the nature of the product's business. The product evolves over time. Therefore, we don't need all the parameters from Sprint 1. Initially, the team starts with the lean DoD and evolves along with the product, which is a more lean approach. Next question: where do we need to have the DoD? Is it at the product level, sprint level, or story level? Since it is the product that gets released to the market, the DoD is always at the product level. Meanwhile, since we are working with sprints, every sprint must create a releasable increment of product, and this means that the DoD needs to be met every sprint to make the product releasable. How does DoD help in increasing transparency within the Scrum team? DoD is a shared understanding within the Scrum team on what a done increment of product means, and this increases transparency in the team. Whereas, if we consider the DoD as a plain checklist for the development team to complete their work, this might end up being a mere checklist document for the sake of having it. And this type of DoD hardly evolves or refine, which results in low confidence within the Scrum team to declare a product as done or releasable. This also makes increment of low quality and non-releasable with a pileup of undone work. What is the impact of the definition of done? There is no transparency if a product increment is releasable. There is the impact on estimations or unrealistic estimates. Inaccurate forecast on sprint work. The difficulty for the product owner to understand the progress on the product. Inefficient inspection and adaptation at sprint review. What is undone in the context of DoD? Any work mentioned in the DoD required to create a releasable increment. However, if it still need to be completed, then it's referred to as undone. We hope that you are clear about the concept of the definition of done. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.